Hi, welcome back to our Spanish adventures. Today I'm doing the second service on the Peugeot xp400 GTs. Now this is due at 5,000 kilometres. It's very much the same as the first service. I won't cover all of that today. You can have a look in the previous video for that. But today what I'm going to do is to inspect and replace the spark plug and also take the covers off the drive belt, inspect and clean. This isn't in the schedule for this service, but I think it is good practice to do so. To access the spark plug, we need to remove the left-hand side pillion foot peg. Only 3 bolts. And the spark plug is just in the back here. So you can probably just see top of the spark plug there, NGK. There's a pipe clip here, so we need to remove that. So we can just pull those out of the way and then I can remove the HT lead. You can see it's a little tight in there. And I'll just get my socket now and remove the spark plug. I think that the spark plug tells you an awful lot of how that engine's running. Now that looks like a new spark plug to me. When I did my service and replaced my spark plug, there was a little bit more soot on it, but that's lovely and clean. That gap looks good. But that said, I'm going to pop a new plug in there anyway. So you can see the comparison between the old and the new one. CPR8EB9 NGK. And you do need to be careful that you don't over tighten the spark plugs, obviously. Just enough to compress that new washer. And that's it. So put the HT lead back on. And then don't forget to put the clip back on the pipe and the cable. So that's new spark plug in, HT lead back on, pipe clip back on, everything as it should be. All we've got to do is reassemble the foot peg. You probably noticed there's already some Loctite on these nuts. I think that's sufficient anyway. I don't feel it necessary to add any more to that. So we'll move on to inspecting the belt. We have to remove the airbox and the plastic covers. So we'll set to. So I don't know if you can see, I had this on mine as well, that these bolts, they're only a Phillips head screw, are started to rust. And I've noticed on mine they've done that as well, so I've replaced mine with some stainless steel ones. So I'll do the same on Jill's. So there's no rust on these. So I think maybe these are just cheap, but also because they sit in this long sleeve, water does sit in there, so maybe that's part of it. And I use a bike dryer every time I clean the bikes. So part of this service is obviously clean this filter. 10,000 kilometres, we changed that and put a new one on. And also this needs cleaning here. You can see this is quite dusty. So we're going to take this case off next to access the belt. So there's quite a few nuts and bolts, 2 in here, and we also have to remove this nut. So to do that, we need to pull out these plastic bungs. And what we have to do is spin the wheel. And I use just this sleeve to put in there, and you can just hold the wheel still. And now we'll get a socket and take that nut off. So there's a torque setting on this. Off the top of my head I don't know what it is, so I will have to refer to the manual. But that's important that that's torqued back up properly. Now these four are all the same length, so you don't have to worry where they've come from. So all I've got to do is pull this forward. There's a washer here. Just remember to keep your eye on that washer. Now we have access to the drive belt. So we have drive belt, clutch, and believe this is the primary. I think this is primary, that's secondary, I think. So I'm just going to pull this cover off. So I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of dust in here, a bit of a build-up, look. So I should get the vacuum cleaner and a little brush and clean that out. That's quite normal to see that. It all looks pretty good. This belt looks really good. And I don't know if you can see, there's very little belt dust in there. There's a little bit, and there's no score marks on here. So that's all looks very good to me. I think that's as it should be. So we'll give it a clean up and reassemble it. Be careful not to vacuum up some of the bolts. I have done it once before. So that's good, that's all cleaned up. I'll reassemble it and that'll be the job complete. So there's just behind this washer, remember this washer goes a certain way around, it has a flange on it. Flange goes in. There's a bearing, small bearing in here, as you can see. But again, that's all good. No grinding noises there, so, and it's got a little bit of grease on, you can see from the shaft as well. So I need to find out So I need to find out the torque settings for everything so I can torque it all back up. Don't forget to put the bungs back in, keeps the dust out, and then just reassemble everything. I'm going to just whip these three nuts off here, bolts off, and kill that fly, and just give this filter a clean. So I had to go away and just check the torque settings. This is 91 Newton meters. And that's that. And these ones are between 8 and 12 Newton meters. So I think on the whole they're fairly easy to work on. I'm going to pop these back in because I haven't got any replacements, so I'll order some stainless steel ones. So that's the second service complete. The next service video will be the 10,000 kilometers. So I hope you found this useful. Thank you very much for watching.